Hello, everybody. Any and everybody who is possibly going to watch this stream later. A little bit of it, some of it, all of it, whichever, or none of it, whichever. Um, just want to share my thoughts on something. Share my thoughts on something that definitely um, is a touchy subject. Switch this one over here. Just trying to switch the music. But definitely hope everybody's doing well today. You hope you all had a good week, great week, safe week, humbling week, all of that as we are walking into the weekend for those of us who are off the next 48 hours, or 48 plus hours, should I say. Um, but just wanted to jump on here real quick. As always, the stream is when I'm, as far as me being here, it's depending on if somebody's going to pop up in the comments below to share their thoughts. But if nobody shows up, the stream's only going to go roughly maybe 15-20 minutes at best. But I just wanted to come on here, go live, and talk to you all about, Star Wars, of course, the universe in general, and what I'm hopeful that we will see, I would say, over the course of the next 2 to 3 decades when it's pertaining to the content that we will get, and my hope on the content that we will get moving forward. Say over the course of the next. Okay. I just want to make sure that the sound was good. I'm sitting here talking to my very good friend here. She's our conversations are definitely great, grand, and hilarious at the same time. But yeah, we do have some very, very fun conversations. But I wanted to talk about, the Star Wars, because I was talking to a buddy of mine's a couple of days ago, and I had to actually remember specifically what I wanted to talk about tonight, because it was due to that conversation. We were talking about basically just where Star Wars is currently, the trajectory of where it's headed. But ultimately, we talked, and we both shared our honest thoughts of saying that some of the content has been good, some of the content hasn't been good over the course of a good number of years now. I know that we are getting a plethora of content, and there are fans, and it's just not in Star Wars in general. It's just in when it's pertaining to just entertainment in general. There's a lot of stuff out there that I usually tend to say to people when it's pertaining to just entertainment. Period. Whether it's a TV show, movie, anime, whatever the case. There's so much content out there to watch, but not enough time to watch it. And there are people who are indeed, getting the fatigue of having stuff continuously rolling out every month, constantly watching, having the need to want to watch this stuff, but sometimes don't get a chance to. And when it's pertaining to Star Wars, we know that we have had and received a lot of content over the course of the last 3 or 4 years now. Again, starting with the main ingredient, the main nucleus that is the Mandalorian. When that started, and once Grogu came in, and it just like shot off like a rocket, and we fans were so excited, but that did open the door. It opened many windows and many doors to a plethora of other stuff. The excitement was there when it's pertaining to the content that we had received within several months, maybe even a little over a year. But as we gradually started to watch the content, some stuff clicked, some stuff didn't. And what ended up happening, what I'm seeing, is that it kind of reminds me of because I'm going to bring up anime, I'm going to bring up Dragon Ball. It kind of reminds me of this, where fans want a specific thing from the Dragon Ball realm that the creators and writers and stuff are not giving us fans what we really truly want, and that is a continuation of a specific or moving past where the last specific arc left off and in the series they're veering off into a different direction, and that's basically what Star Wars has been doing. It's been going in a specific direction, right? But then it starts to veer in a totally different direction. And I'm one of the fans of this universe who's patiently waiting for hopeful, very, very hopeful that I get to see my second favorite dark side user, Darth Bane, be displayed in live action form. That's what I want. I want an actual movie, actual trilogy film of Darth Bane. I want something from the Old Republic and more Old Republic stuff. We're getting a lot of stuff when it's pertaining to the Skywalker era, which is totally fine. But there's still a plethora of other things, many other stories, whether it's talking about the Force or talking about non-Force users. There's plenty of stuff within this universe that they have a lot of material to take from and form it and shape it into, say, anime, say a Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Sith type of thing. Rebels type of thing, Clone Wars type of thing. They have plenty of stuff to do, but they're giving us other things. And for me, the Acolyte gives me some hope, because that's a show that I'm really looking forward to. That again, this is just a rumor. I'm taking it with a grain of salt, just like I hope that you would. Is that Darth Bane might be mentioned in that show. So I am really looking forward to the Acolyte, because again, it gives me some extra hope. Because at the end of the day, yes, we're getting content, but it's like it's going in different directions. And I really just want them to just take the needle and pull that needle all the way back to the Old Republic and just give us a whole bunch of Old Republic stuff. That's it, because it's new, it's fresh, even though we know about this stuff, but there are many fans that don't know. They only know or even heard of just where the current needle is, and that is the Skywalker era. But we need to take it way back. Give us, because they know for a fact that fans love the Old Republic. They know that we do. And they know that we're going to pay for that stuff. We're going to spend our money over here in this section, in this pocket of Old Republic stuff. But we're over here. The needle's over here where the Skywalker area is. And it's just like, that's cool. That's fine. But we need, High Republic is fresh and new, right? And I've read a couple of the books, or a few of the books, really loving those stories. And that's fresh, that's new. But technically, the High Republic is closer to the Skywalker era. Give us, draw that needle back further. Give us something even more fresh and new from the Old Republic that many fans don't know about. Um, because, again, we will run to this pocket over here where the Old Republic is, instead of just staying in this one space. And yes, at the end of the day, Star Wars is supposed to be a family thing where, you know, parents and their kids can sit down and watch this stuff. But technically, too, are adult only Star Wars content like Andor that kids, many kids really can't get into because it's dialogue heavy, it's story driven, not much action, no force users at all, you know. Because there are stories out there that are like Andor that are in book form that has nothing to do with Jedi, nothing to do with Sith, nothing to do with the Force at all. And those stories in those books are perfect the way that they are without the main nucleus that is the Force. That drew myself and many others as we were kids growing up in the 70s and the 80s to see this stuff, and it captured our hearts, our little hearts at the time. But we do need some adult only content that kids should not be able to watch. That has the residence, the residue, the aura and feel, even if it is based on the Force, but the feel of Andor where only adults reside. And the Old Republic is where a lot of that stuff resides, where it's adult only stuff. Because the kids, the babies, the kids, they're going to get there. They're going to get the content that they're going to get. But that Old Republic stuff, we need. I need live action Darth Bane, live action Darth Revan, Nihilus. All of this stuff. This is what I feel like Star Wars should look to prepare to really do. Now, I know for sure that there is a director out there that's working on a film that's supposed to be based 25,000 years before the prequel era, which is totally great, and I'm really loving that. But I need more of that. I'm just hoping that it's not just a one-off thing. We get this one film and it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't tie in. It doesn't prepare us for something else to go in another direction in that same space. Is what I'm trying to say. We need that pocket of Old Republic stuff. We need it. We got the books. The source material is there. And I'll always run to it. But when it's pertaining to these shows, movies, this is what we want. And that's the thing. I've even played the video game, which is like huge within the fandom, right? But I always see the clips and it just looks so beautiful, so dope. And that's my hope, that they dive into stuff like that over the course of the next 20 to 30 years of my lifetime, if I'm still even around, with my brain functioning the way that it is right now. But that's, of course, up to me to hopefully take care of my mind and my body so that I can reach the specific age, 20 years, 30 years from now. But this is what I'm hopeful for. That we still get the content that we're getting now, but we get that fresh, new content that takes us way back in the past. And we can still get content that takes us further in the future, past the current era. Because again, we've been sitting in this one era for so long. Let's take it back. Let's go into a different era that has like sprinkles of the current era, right? but it's mainly about the old stuff. It's mainly about some character that many fans didn't know existed, weren't paying attention, that they need to see be created and formed in front of their eyes, so that we fans who have already known about this stuff can be able to say it's finally happened, it's finally occurred. Because there's so much within the anime community, there's so much stuff getting now made, created in animated form that have had manga books for decades, and they're finally bringing them into on a in animated form on our devices, on our screens and stuff like that. Many fans are loving that stuff, and that's the same thing that Star Wars fans are hoping for to happen. Because at the end of the day, as I'm preparing in the stream, at the end of the day, many fans are stopping. They're starting to stop watching Star Wars because it's still sitting in the same era. And they want, we want that pocket of Old Republic stuff. All of that stuff. Give us Darth Bane. Give us Darth Revan. Give us Nihilus. Give us Plagueis. Give us this stuff, because we will gladly run to purchase and pay our money for these things. Gladly, and they know that we would. They know that we will. So I don't know what is holding them back, besides the whole family stuff. Outside of that, I really still don't understand what is really holding them back from doing that, which I'm talking about. But that's my thoughts. I just want to put it out there. We can have more discussions about this stuff in the future if you're willing to talk about it with me. But with that, I'm out because I'm sleepy. I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep in a little bit and enjoy my weekend and work on this Andor video for tomorrow. But enjoy the rest of your evening, and night, guys. Leave some comments in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Share your thoughts if you feel up to, if you feel comfortable. If not, it's totally fine. It's okay. No pressure. But as always, stay safe, stay humble.